Okay, well, welcome back. If you've watched the other videos, this is going to be my last video in this series because I'm pretty pleased with this build. I think this is the lowest noise build I've done, and it's fantastic. It flies really well. I think I think a lot of it's to do, obviously, with having an H7. This Cuckoo's H7 mini board allows me to turn up a lot of the options that remove the noise. But also the mounting of the gummies here is pretty good. It just is not too squished down. The deck is high enough. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased. The other thing to notice is that I've switched the Triumph Pro long range, which I had got mounted here. I switched it for just a regular Triumph Pro with a UFL connector, which you can see around here is plugged in and hot glued in. And the reason is that I think this, basically what happened was there was a dodgy connection here. As soon as I tightened this up, the GPS stopped working. If it wasn't tight, then I didn't have video, but the GPS worked fine. So my supposition was that I was getting a lot of RF interference from this connector. And so I thought I'd just try a regular Triumph Pro. And lo and behold, with this, I get good VTX signal and good GPS signal. It's obviously slightly annoying because it's a lot shorter, and so the battery is up here, and ideally you want these to protrude above the battery because the battery will shadow the signal a lot. But it doesn't do too badly, as I'll show you in a video shortly. But yeah, overall very pleased. So a couple of changes I've made. So I think I covered the tuning in the last build. I've since retuned it using, there's a change that should be in ArduCopter 4.2.1, which allows the angle p-values that AutoTune finds to go much higher, to a maximum of 36. And if you remember from the previous tune, these were set to 18, which was the maximum they would get to. And with that change and with a retuning, they both go up to 35.36, so it's really very high. I only retuned roll and pitch, and you also see the accelerations have gone up quite considerably, maybe 25% each. And then this just gives a bit more stability to the copter. The PIDs that AutoTune got are about the same, you know, plus or minus 10%, which is not really a great deal. So yeah, I tuned it that way, which was good. And then another couple of changes I made was, so I'm using this. So there's another change in ArduCopter 4.2. So I've attached the alarm, the buzzer, to motor output 5, and then selected alarm inverted as the output type. And that means that if I power it on, unplug this, and then power it on again, should be able to hear. So you can hear the dulcet tones of ArduCopter courtesy of the motor output. And this is because the buzzer pins, you can't associate a timer with the buzzer pins because they're used by bidirectional D-shot. But most pins always have a buzzer, always have a timer associated with them, because that's how the PW output works. So since I'm not using 4 of these outputs, it's pretty easy to set this and get tones. And then the other thing is the battery monitor. Oops, just reconnect here. It connects properly. Yeah. So the battery monitor. So I've just dropped this battery amp per volt down to 82.5. If you remember, this setting is, I had to change this quite considerably to get the right current draw, and I've changed this to 82.5, which seems to get about the right setting. I've got a little amp offset here of minus 0.002, and that appears to give the right draw. I did measure it with an ammeter, but it's quite difficult. My ammeter only goes up 10 amps, and it's quite difficult to sort of, these things tend to not be linear at the lower end, and so it can be tricky to sort of get numbers that make sense when you're cruising around, but this is pretty close. So that is that, and then I don't think I made any other changes. It's mainly just the tuning changes. What I did was I then flew it, and we can have a look at that flight here. So what I wanted to do is just check for range on both the VTX and on the RX. So just flew around a little bit here, come back again. So I first went out, it was supposed to be 150 meters, but I think I got close to 200, so you can see up here. 150, 200 meters, okay, so turned around 200 meters, lots of signal on the RX, and the video is pretty clear as well. And actually what Trappy says, so this is Tracer I'm using here, what Trappy says is that although you will lose telemetry at some point, the radio control will go out a lot further than the telemetry will. So I wasn't going to push it too hard, but okay, here we go out to 250 meters, or nearly 300 meters, 280. And again, the link quality on the RX is good. You can see that the video quality dropped off a little bit. I'm flying in the EU here, so 25 milliwatts is the highest I'm allowed to go, although you can crank that up if you want, but that's pretty good for 25 milliwatts. And then I think I also came around and just tried a couple of, try to flip, no, roll somewhere here. See, the video is really nice and clear. I think there's a roll here. And you can see it stops, just stops after the roll. There's no kind of wobble, which is brilliant. It means the tune's really, really good. And then I think similarly, might be a flip. Here you can see the amps down at 8. I'm going reasonably quick here, but the amps down at 8, or even lower. So it's not consuming a lot of current. Here we go, I think this is a flip here. Oh, I seem to be watching the the same video again. I'll stop that. Yeah. Oh, there we go. No, it's not the same video again. There is the flip. Brilliant. Okay. So, and again, you can see it just drops and is very stable afterwards. So, yeah, not the same video, but very pleased with that. So I'll stop that now. And yeah, that worked very well. Now the other thing I tried was these guys. So these are, well, you can see those, there's a 3000 milliamp hours. These are lithium ion batteries. So it's got 4 of these Sony VT6, I want to say, cells, so lithium ion cells. So it gives 4S voltage, but much higher capacity. And you have to adjust the battery settings a little bit because the high voltage is not quite as high, but the low voltage can go a lot lower than the low voltage you might use with LiPos. But I flew a couple of those around and just flew forever. I just got bored. Had to come in again. So those worked really well, and they're a nice. They're the same, basically the same form factor as the 1300 milliamp hour 4S batteries I'm using. So obviously you can't. These are got 15C and 30C burst, but 15C is effectively 15 amps, so that's fine for cruising around. And as long as you set the burst, which you can do via this current setting, which is something like max current. No, Curmax. Yeah, there we go. MOT BAT Curmax. So basically you would set this to 30 amps to stop the current draw going over 30 amps and to save your battery. Because if you pull more than 30 amps, you'll kill the battery, so you don't want to do that. So I set this to 30 when I'm using those batteries, and that's basically it. I'm very, very pleased with the build. It flies really well. It's really fun to fly. The only change I might consider making is putting one of these in. So this is a RunCam hybrid. You can see it's got it's got a video camera and analog FPV camera, and a little board here, 20 by 20. So what I might try and do is mount that. I'm not sure it'll stretch, unfortunately. It might do. Might just fit. So I might try that change, but at the moment I'm pretty pleased with the way this thing flies and how it goes. So thanks for watching, and if you build one, let me know. Hope you have as much fun as I did. Thanks.